Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. Luo Feng couldn't stay calm anymore knowing that it might be huge axe creator fighting outside. Teacher, let's go, said Luo Feng. He looked around. He saw a trace of indistinct godly power flying out of his godly body, and it was condensed into a human shape. It was an avatar. Universe Knights were already able to use avatars easily. Yet it was very difficult for undying fighters to use it, as they had weak godly power. If they couldn't separate enough godly power, they couldn't even maintain the consciousness. If they separated 50% of their godly bodies, the godly bodies separated would be very weak. So it was uncommon for undying fighters to separate their godly power. However, it was much easier for Universe Knights to perform it. When the original stars had first opened, lots of Universe Knights from the Hong Alliance left avatars. Okay. Let's go now. Sitting Mountain Guest didn't hesitate. After only a few seconds, a towering cyan mountain started to float, and it flew to the high point. Then Sitting Mountain Guest performed that giant engraving picture, which triggered the mysterious space, and it was transported out. Only a lake, an island, and an avatar were left in the mysterious space. The cyan mountain showed up again from the ice. The cyan mountain immediately flew away, and it disregarded any dangers. Compared to other places in the abyss, the mysterious space is a fantasy land of peace, Luo Feng complimented it. There's no danger, and it's really peaceful. No wonder that supreme being lived there. The ways to get in and get out are extraordinary. I've seen teacher performing it, but I still can't learn it. You'll learn it when you become a Universe Supreme Master. Sitting Mountain Guest looked to Luo Feng. Oh, right, you had better put your avatar there. Don't dissipate your avatar. I don't have time to send you in there again. I understand. Luo Feng was smiling. He might be able to fight some Universe Masters, with his accomplishment on the engraving path. However, he was still too weak compared to Universe Supreme Masters, and great beings even more terrifying than Universe Supreme Masters. Now that he had the chance to study the supreme techniques of that great being, he wouldn't waste it. Just an avatar. He can just live there forever. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. I need to study it no matter what. My techniques depend on it. The mountain kept getting faster and faster, and it was already 100 times faster than light speed. Wow! Luo Feng noticed the speed of the mountain. Teacher, you're getting too fast, and it's already over the law operation. Some Universe Supreme Masters might notice it. Sitting Mountain Guest was sitting there and poured some grape wine for himself. What else should we do? Fly there slowly. The fight will be finished before you can arrive. But Luo Feng had no answer. It might take them several days to get there. Several days. The fights between great beings were very short, even for Universe Supreme Masters. Half an hour was already a long time, unless they were pursuing one another. Chasing fights could last for tens of thousands of years, yet all-out combat often ended in no time. If they were slow, they wouldn't be able to make it, but if they were fast, they would be discovered. It doesn't matter if we're found, said Sitting Mountain Guest, taking the wine cup. Come, this wine is great. It was given by a friend from the Second Universe era, after I made a true treasure for them. Try it. Luo Feng laughed. He wouldn't worry about anything if his teacher didn't. The wine was created after you gave him a true treasure. I need to try it. Luo Feng walked up. Sitting Mountain sped up to 1,000 times faster than light speed, 10,000 times faster than light speed, 100,000 times faster than light speed. Luo Feng only sipped twice. The trembling intimidated Luo Feng. We're here. Sitting Mountain Guest stood up. He waved his right hand, and everywhere around him turned transparent. The mountain didn't block anything anymore. Luo Feng looked out, and he could see the glowing outside. The wind was already gone, and the lava stopped. In front of the fight between Universe Supreme Masters, the energies carried in Universe boat were apparently weak. The ripples made Luo Feng tremble. I can only feel the vibration after arriving here, yet teacher senses it in that mysterious space. Luo Feng now knew that how weak he was compared to Universe Supreme Masters. He stopped thinking. He wanted to figure out whether Huge Axe Creator was there or not. Yi? Sitting Mountain Guest was surprised. One side had the third True Master, and the sixth True Master from Divine Eye Clan, and the other side. It's Brilliant Gold. Brilliant Gold. Luo Feng had heard of him before. Brilliant Gold, a Universe Supreme Master, was called Brilliant Gold Devil God, also known as Brilliant Gold Devil Child. He was a great being from one of the 7 pinnacle races of the Second Universe era, the Dream Eclipsing Clan. His life form changed under some special circumstances. He turned in the shape of a child that looked like being sculpted by gold. He had 13 arms, and he had 13 bodies. The Dream Eclipsing Clan only had one Universe Supreme Master, yet the Dream Eclipsing Clan was still a pinnacle race from the Second Universe era with the power of Brilliant Gold Devil Child. It's Brilliant Gold. Luo Feng relieved. Good, it's not Huge Axe. He was afraid that Huge Axe might get hurt if he fought the Divine Eye Clan because of him. Luo Feng looked to them. In the distance, space and time were twisted, and countless meteors flew across the sky. At the center was a giant strange beast that looked like an octopus. It had 13 antennae. The strange beast appeared to be made of weapons. The 13 antennae annihilated everything. Countless meteors hit that strange beast. The 13 antennae were splashing all the meteors. There were 2 beams of light, both 1,000,000 kilometers long, and the 2 beams stabbed the strange beast time and time again. Brilliant Gold Devil God, Luo Feng murmured. The 3rd True Master and the 6th True Master. They were all renowned beings with famous true treasures. Brilliant Gold Devil God was performing Brilliant Gold Beast, which was only second to Supreme True Treasures, and could rival Crazy Demon Extermination Godly Armor. However, it was obvious that the power was much stronger under Brilliant Gold Devil God. The 3rd True Master was named Star True Master, and he was performing Endless Meteors. It was a domain-type Supreme True Treasure. It was named Star Kingdom. The 6th True Master was named Green Eye True Master, and the 2 green lights he used were Soul-type Supreme True Treasures. It was named Green Eye Light. Teacher, this Brilliant Gold Devil God isn't using a Supreme True Treasure, yet is able to resist the 3rd and the 6th True Master, said Luo Feng. No, Sitting Mountain Guest shook his head and smiled. First of all, Brilliant Gold only seems to be performing only Brilliant Gold Beast, yet there's a Palace-type Supreme True Treasure in his body, which Brilliant Gold is able to resist easily. 3rd True Master and 6th True Master didn't use all their power either. Star True Master is only using a domain-type True Treasure. 6th True Master is the one doing the attacks. Besides, you should know that the 3rd True Master has 2 Supreme True Treasures. Luo Feng nodded. Right. Both Brilliant Gold Devil God and the 6th True Master had 1 Supreme True Treasure each. Yet the 3rd True Master had 2 Supreme True Treasures. This astounded Luo Feng. In the original universe, some Universe Supreme Masters didn't even have Supreme True Treasures. However, those Universe Supreme Masters from the First Universe era and the Second Universe era had a higher chance to have Supreme True Treasures. They both know that Brilliant Gold Devil God has a Palace-type Supreme True Treasure, so they know that they won't be able to injure him no matter what they do, which is why they're not using all their power, Sitting Mountain Guest explained. Brilliant Gold Devil God just doesn't want to be hit like that, so he uses Brilliant Gold Beast to resist it. What is strange is that those 2 True Masters know they can't kill Brilliant Gold Devil God. Why haven't they given up yet? They might be transmitting their voices. Let me see. A blurry, black light permeated from the Cyan Mountain, and it hit the battlefield. Sitting Mountain Guest. Are you trying to interfere? Said an angry voice, and Luo Feng was able to sense it under the guidance of Sitting Mountain Guest. Are you going to join, Sitting Mountain Guest? Said another voice. Sixth True Master, I'm just curious, said Sitting Mountain Guest. Why are you attacking Brilliant Gold when you know that Brilliant Gold has a palace-type supreme true treasure? Why aren't you giving up? Sitting Mountain laughed. I'm not going to join, as I don't like to fight. It's okay for me to watch. You still haven't answered my question. Humph. This Brilliant Gold has extermination, godly armor, and the silver wing. How can we let him go if he doesn't hand us the valuables? That's right. We can't kill him, but 2 more true masters from Divine Eye clan are on their way. Even if he has a supreme palace-type true treasure, we can seal him. Green Eye, Star, said a high voice. You guys are being preposterous. Extermination, godly armor, and the silver wing are in the abyss, and I said I have them, because you guys disturbed me for blocking my way, and asking me questions without any manners. However, I don't have that extermination godly armor, and neither do I have the silver wing. What else can I do to make you believe it? Do you really think we'll believe in you? The sixth true master yelled. Just because I'm here. I have the true treasures, said the high voice. Sitting Mountain Guest is there. Perhaps he has them. Do you really believe I have them? Said Sitting Mountain Guest. Sitting Mountain Guest, you're a top master to make true masters even in Universe Ocean. Why do you need those silver wings and extermination godly armor? You can make them yourself. The third true master sounded relaxed and casual. Besides, you're a lone supreme master. Why would you even want this? Instead, Brilliant Golden is carrying an entire race, and it's highly likely that he did it. Sitting Mountain Guest smiled. However, Brilliant Golden Devil God was furious. I've told you I didn't, but neither of you believes me. The voice got higher. I won't try to persuade you if you don't. Do you really think I'm scared of you? Do you really think I'll be scared of the Divine Eye clan? Just come and seal me. Ha ha. Just come. Everyone knows how impressive it is when all you 7 true masters cooperate with each other, and I do believe you have the skills to seal me. However, you can only seal me until the end of this universe era. After this era, you'll all die. However, I'll be reborn safely. As for my race, they'll all be living in my small universe, and they'll all be safe. Brilliant Golden Devil Master obviously looked mad. Universe Supreme Masters were extremely proud, and there was no way that they wouldn't be furious as they were bullied like this. It doesn't matter how you're trying to get away, said the 6th True Master coldly. Suddenly, all the stars started to hit Brilliant Golden Beast. With the 2 green lights, Brilliant Golden Devil God needed to try his best to get out of the abyss. If he was attacked by Star Kingdom, he wouldn't be able to make it. They kept fighting each other. Teacher, Brilliant Gold didn't seize the valuable, yet the Divine Eye clan, Luo Feng frowned. Humph. Sitting Mountain Guest snorted. Do you really think the Divine Eye clan came here for the true treasures? They're not even supreme true treasures. Do you really think they mean that much to the clan? They're just using the valuables as an excuse not to let Brilliant Gold run away. And their real purpose is to fight Brilliant Gold to show their majesty. A phrase came into Luo Feng's mind. Kill the chicken to scare the monkeys. Those from the first universe era are facing the ultimate death, said Sitting Mountain Guest. Do you really think the Divine Eye clan will just let themselves die like that, given their power? They'll definitely struggle, and this is only the start of it. Luo Feng kept thinking. Struggling? Are we going to wait here, teacher? Luo Feng was hesitant. They might fight for a long time. The other 2 true masters might arrive, and there will be 4 true masters. Wait, of course, said Sitting Mountain Guest. We need to wait. How can we miss something like this? Luo Feng was afraid that the 4 true masters might attack Sitting Mountain Guest. However, Sitting Mountain Guest was very wise, so he was able to predict as much. Luo Feng stopped talking. In the 9th abyss. Such strong ripples. The towering gigantic axe was moving forward swiftly. Huge axe creator had sensed the ripple a long time ago, yet he avoided being found. He was approaching at a speed 100 times faster than light. It must be Universe Supreme Masters fighting each other. Although he was not afraid of fighting them, he didn't want to dash there recklessly. Time flew. The two true masters were encircling brilliant golden devil god, while sitting mountain guests stood aside and watched the fight. Who's there? Come out. A voice came from the third true master, Star True Master. The voice was rumbling and spreading everywhere, and it was passed to Sitting Mountain Guest and Luo Feng through the domain performed by Sitting Mountain Guest. He looked out and smiled. Another great being has come. Interesting, interesting. The force made the stars bounce away, and a towering axe flew in. Star True Master, you're indeed impressive. I heard that the first True Master is the most powerful True Master in the Divine Eye clan, and you are the second strongest one and the best in domain. This is the first time we have met, yet you can notice me. Impressive, indeed. Huge axe, yelled the sixth True Master. Huge axe. The third True Master sounded cold. Glad you came. Ha ha ha. Huge axe is here, too. Brilliant gold devil god grinned. Sitting Mountain Guest smiled also. Interesting, interesting. 5 Universe Supreme Masters were here, and the other 4 looked happy that Huge Axe was here, yet Luo Feng was anxious. Why is Huge Axe Creator here? Is it because of me? Those 2 True Masters are incredibly powerful, and they are fighting with each other. That brilliant gold has a palace-type supreme true treasure. Huge Axe Creator won't be able to hold for long. Luo Feng was quite worried. Huge Axe was the true pillar of the human race. The only true pillar. Teacher Origin was suppressed forever and couldn't get out. Luo Feng would never forgive himself if something bad happened to Huge Axe. The third True Master and the sixth True Master were indeed very happy. They were about to attack Brilliant Golden Devil God, yet Brilliant Golden Devil God wasn't easy to deal with. He had that black-stoned godly palace. Even though they saw Sitting Mountain Guest, he was more difficult to deal with, which was why they said directly that Sitting Mountain Guest didn't need the true treasures. They needed to pick those who were weak to deal with, and to them, Huge Axe Creator was easier to deal with, as they thought he didn't have a supreme true treasure. Ha ha ha. Huge Axe. The voice of the third True Master traveled through the space and time. The 2 true treasures fall into the 9th abyss, and only you humans, we of the Divine Eye clan, and the Purple Moon Holy Land know about it. I should have guessed that you, Huge Axe, have the 2 valuables. We hadn't found you, so we thought it was Brilliant Gold Devil God. I don't have them, said Huge Axe Creator. Do you really think we'll just believe you? Said the third True Master. You, humans from the original universe, dare to go against us, the Divine Eye clan. You humans deserve to die for seizing the valuables, and for that Luo Feng killing 5 chaos. The eyes of Huge Axe Creator glinted coldly. Deserve to die? If you die, the humans from the original universe will die out also, said the third True Master coldly. I'll kill you, and then we'll see who will dare come up against us, the Divine Eye clan, in the future. Luo Feng, seated in Sitting Mountain, was furious. 5 chaos had tried to kill him first, but he couldn't return the favor. Besides, that Divine Eye clan wanted to show their power and used the seemingly weak humans to do so. Luo Feng turned to Sitting Mountain Guest and said, Teacher, Huge Axe Creator is the only pillar of our human race. He can't die. Please, teacher, help him. Sitting Mountain Guest shook his head. I only care about you. As for the humans, that's none of my business. Luo Feng was dazed. Just watch, said Sitting Mountain Guest. It's not easy for Universe Supreme Masters to die. The 2 True Masters were encircling Brilliant Golden Devil God, yet they tried to kill Huge Axe Creator. Ha ha, you tried to seal me before, yet you want to kill Huge Axe. Ha ha, Brilliant Golden Devil God's voice was filled with contempt. Do you really think you can do it with me here? Huge Axe, let's fight with each other and teach this Divine Eye clan a lesson. We'll let them know it's not easy to deal with Universe Supreme Masters. Sure. Huge Axe Creator was holding a huge, black axe, and the black light covered his body, forming armor. The sounds resounded loud enough to shake one's heart. All the stars stopped moving. A blurry, glowing figure appeared. He had a smile on his face and looked merciful. All the stars stopped, and at this moment, the man with an indistinct smile looked like the only true God in space and time. An idea ignites, and the eternal kingdom. A star cracked, and it turned into a strange beast with 4 hoofs and 1 horn. Another star cracked, and it turned into a strange beast with 2 heads. Peng! 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 All the stars cracked, and billions of strange beasts showed up. They all groveled toward that blurry man and made hoarse voices. The suppression completely condensed the space. Luo Feng was able to feel that pressure in the Green Mountain, and he recalled what he had seen in the mysterious space, the supreme technique, Devil's Swish, where trillions of lives groveled. The scene in front of him looked like that, although it was elementary. The Divine Eye clan received the complete ancient inheritance before, so the fighting method they used was the fighting method of that great civilization, said Sitting Mountain Guest. It looked like the one you saw before. No wonder the 3rd true master is the 2nd strongest true master. This technique is impressive enough. That suppression will largely slow Brilliant Gold down, so that he can't cooperate with Huge Axe. Brilliant Gold was struggling. He tried to fly, but he was extremely slow. He yelled, "Huge Axe, the suppression is too terrific." That might be the ancient inheritance the Divine Eye clan got. Be careful. Huge Axe held the black godly axe. Okay, he said. However, that floating, blurry figure was chuckling. Huge Axe, this is the 2nd time I have used all my strength. The last time was when 7 true masters cooperate to kill Kong Luo from the 2nd universe era. Without a supreme true treasure, you will be dead. One couldn't identify a supreme true treasure if it wasn't performed. Green-eyed true master, said the blurry figure. Attack. Good, said the 6th true master. The blurry figure smiled and whispered, Eternal kingdom, divided are billions of star beasts, an eternal true God when combined. Strange musical sounds penetrated people's souls, and the 2 green lights glowed. It came from the supreme true treasure, belonging to Green-Eye True Master. Complex engravings showed up on the 2 green lights, and billions of lights shot from the strange beast transformed out of the stars. True God. True God. True God. Billions of strange beasts roared, and they went toward that godly light. Billions of stars formed the strange beast. The green godly light was the soul. The ancient technique was the center. They formed a strange, towering beast with 9 giant heads, 36 pairs of wings, 108 pairs of hoofs, and 9 tails. The operation law went away under that space, and the force from the strange beast was stronger than all the universe supreme masters. Silent. It was silent. Brilliant golden devil god stopped struggling, while Huge Axe creator gazed at that towering beast. Luo Feng was a bit anxious, and Sitting Mountain Guest looked surprised. Eternal true God. The 3rd true master pointed at Huge Axe creator. Kill him. The 9 large heads of eternal true God, be they hideous, ice-cold, roaring, menacing or growling. Every single pair of eyes was looking up at the surrounding void space in all random directions. Whatever the eyes rested on, time and space in the universe would be completely frozen. Even the power of a universe supreme master was unable to cause the frozen space to break apart. Eternal true God walked about the void space. Every step he took made the entire void space tremble with loud bangs. The sound made by 108 pairs of clawed hooves trampling on void space was entirely synchronized. There was total silence. Not a single universe supreme master made a move. Even Huge Axe creator, who was holding his godly axe, was waiting silently. 6th true master transmitted his voice over to 3rd true master. Huge Axe is merely a kid from the 3rd reincarnation era. His stint as a universe supreme master is still quite short. If the 2 of us join hands, we are bound to annihilate him. 3rd true master jested as he watched on. He doesn't even have a single supreme true treasure. It is certainly quite possible to annihilate him within 1 strike. In all of history, the times when universe supreme masters, who had faced annihilation, because of fighting and killing were extremely few. Yet third true master and sixth true master saw the possibility of killing huge axe. Eternal God Master had such a large godly body that it might seem as though he was trampling on the void space slowly. In actuality, his speed had already exceeded 100 times the speed of light, and the universe laws no longer had any influence over him. Very quickly, and most majestically, he appeared before huge axe creator. YA. With a piercing yelp that could impact a soul, eternal true God erupted instantly, baring its sharp fangs and hooking its clawed hooves. It charged at huge axe creator recklessly, claws digging into the earth. Wherever he passed, the frozen space would immediately crack and break apart, threatening to charge over to envelop huge axe creator. Following a crisp bang, huge axe creator was sent flying backward with both hands still holding his godly axe. You are able to ward off my attacks. You must have some skill after all. From afar, that hazy and light-radiating shadow of third true master watched and smiled. Then he commented, "But luck only comes this once. The next time, you shall. Truly worthy to be a member of the Divine I clan." Huge axe creator finally came to a halt, sent flying quite a distance away. Under his messy hair was a pair of eyes filled with battle rage. He laughed out loud and said, "Formidable. This beast true God has such a strong soul attack. I decided not to consult any background information this once, so I have given this beast true God a chance to gain the upper hand. However, being at the winning position, just this once." His voice so coarse yet straightforward, and it shocked everyone. Third true master and sixth true master are going to join forces, and he is not intimidated, said sitting mountain guest in shock, watching the battle from afar. Luo Feng relaxed a little, though. If he could make such remarks, it seemed that huge axe creator was not in danger. However, third true master and sixth true master were furious. What arrogance! Sixth true master shouted furiously. So, starting from now, you are going to suppress us. The shadow figure that was emitting hazy light let out a cold laugh. I, Star True Master, have roamed the length of universe ocean. Those who dared to show me such insolence were few. Furthermore, sixth true master and I are joining forces against you. You actually say you want to suppress us both. Ha ha. A joke. What a joke. Eternal true God's 9 heads let out angry roars of their own, and once again charged toward huge axe creator to surround him. For afar, the wild giant with his messy hair let out a loud, rumbling roar. 12th. The godly axe was raised. Suddenly, in the space surrounding the wild giant, many huge axe shadows emerged. Every one of them was as wide as 1,000,000,000,000 kilometers, as though they were as big as a world. There was a total of 12 huge axe shadows, dispersed in all directions, and beneath these 12 shadows, every spot that had been suppressed started to break open with loud cracking sounds. At that moment, the 12 huge axe shadows each spanned 1,000,000,000,000 kilometers. In the vast space above, huge axe creator, who was standing with his godly axe raised, seemed as though he was the core of the universe. And with a wave of his right arm, he made a powerful slash at the space before him. Godly axe was wielded. At that moment, 12 huge axe shadows speedily gathered and fused with the godly axe, which in turn emitted an immeasurably dazzling black ray. Eternal true God's clawed hooves trampled forward, too. The entire space trembled. Huge axe creator took a step back to regain stability, but Eternal True Master's 108 pairs of clawed hooves retreated with 3 continuous steps. Total silence. Even brilliant gold devil god and sitting mountain guest were shocked. Third True Master and Sixth True Master were in total disbelief. Your godly axe is a supreme true treasure. A supreme true treasure. Sixth True Master suddenly let out a furious roar. You actually have a supreme true treasure. Huge axe creator stood in space with his hair in disarray, yet his face harbored a look of absolute dominance. Just got it not too long ago, he said. You are the guinea pigs for my new axe. Your eternal true God may be formidable, but compared to my axe, it has a long way to go. Instead, That hazy shadow of third true master said slowly, "You have your supreme true treasure, but by right, you should not be able to suppress eternal true God. Eternal true God is the combined power of sixth true masters and mine. It was created according to the combined power of two supreme true treasures, added to the comprehension of ancient inheritance to finally create this technique. How could you possibly gain the upper hand? The accomplishment of your axe is impressive. Impressive. You are a worthy opponent for sixth true master, and I to put in our best." "Your best? Oh, you mean that was not your full force," said Huge Axe Creator. "Come on. I have yet to show my full power, too." Huge Axe Creator laughed, and his laughter shook the entire void space. "Jade Eyes," third true master commanded. "Release." "All right, we shall let this huge axe have a taste of our power," said sixth true master. Sixth true master was in a total rage. This was now a battle of pride. If their combined power still failed to suppress a single huge axe creator, and they were still trampled by him, they would be considered nothing but a great joke. At that moment, that gigantic eternal true God started to emit hazy, jade-green rays. Countless jade rays started to gather into diagrams of secret engravings. The entirety of eternal true God started to transform, and two streams of purple light emerged to speedily fly into eternal true God's body. Eternal true God was transforming rapidly. Luo Feng was watching from afar. When he saw the two streams of purple light emerging, he was momentarily shocked. It's Star Hand. Third True Master was also known as Star True Master. He had two supreme true treasures. One was Star Kingdom, the other was Star Hand. Of course, what the original names of these two supreme true treasures were, the outside world did not know. Star Kingdom and Star Hand were what Third True Master called them, so they were spread out to the masses as such. Third True Master's two supreme true treasures, and Sixth True Master's supreme true treasures, are all being used, said Sitting Mountain Guest. Seems like they are really going all out. Sitting Mountain Guest put his wineglass down. Now the battle had his undivided attention. Star True Master grew another pair of hind-clawed hooves that were extremely thick and huge. It could stand upright all by itself. The originally dense, numerous clawed hooves fused and gathered to transform into only 18 sharp claws. The 9 heads now had a pair of sharp claws each, as though there was a combined body of 9 great fierce gods. Roar! Roar! 9 heads of eternal true God let out crazy roars. Their 18 arms were unbelievably sharp, and wore a layer of purple armor. 3 great supreme true treasures. With us both joining forces, along with the combination of our secret techniques, I don't believe you cannot be subdued. Third True Master's voice was icy cold. Far away, Huge Axe Creator saw Eternal True Masters was getting more intimidating as time passed. All he shouted was, 13th. Then he raised his godly axe. In the endless space, a 13th huge axe appeared. Every huge axe shadow was like a world of its own, but this one was so massive that it could reach out to where Third True Master, Sixth True Master, and Sitting Mountain Guest were. But this shadow seemed to be in another dimension. With a wave, the godly axe made a move and hacked. In the face of the purple fists, claws, and palms bombarding him. Huge Axe Creator welcomed them all. An instantaneous exchange of blows got Huge Axe Creator to make a hasty retreat. Eternal True God was apparently gaining the upper hand. This made Third True Master and Sixth True Master ease up instantly. Impressive. Now take a look at my 14th huge axe. Huge Axe Creator raised his godly axe right away. What, there is a 14th? How is that possible? Third True Master and Sixth True Master were a little caught by surprise. When the 14th huge axe shadow appeared, it was as though a puzzle was being put together. The pieces came together, as though covering space, causing the endless space to fall into pitch darkness. No light at all. It was pitch black. Following closely, a loud bang was heard. Then everything in space resumed normalcy. At that moment, Eternal True God was tossing and turning backward into the distance. Huge Axe Creator, with his hair as messy as ever, said in his deafening voice, my 14th axe cannot even destroy eternal true God. My 15th axe has just been created. Let eternal true God try to take it on then. Huge axe creator's command sounded. 15th. The endless space darkened again, but within the next instant, amidst the endless darkness, a huge axe shadow glowing with light rays appeared. The strange thing was, this huge axe shadow made every great being present, even the weakest one, Luo Feng, feel as though they were in another world. He had made it there. Sitting mountain guest jumped up from where he was seated on his green mountain peak. His eyes were filled with shock. Teacher origin, huge axe. Human. The potential of the human race is truly. Even Luo Feng was shaken to the core. The huge axe shadow that was glowing in that endless darkness was so magical. It was as though they were all in another world. Luo Feng was deeply shaken by this strange feeling. He even felt that this huge axe might be able to exterminate an entire universe. Of course, Luo Feng was aware that this was only a misconception, but this misplaced feeling was simply overpowering. He, brilliant gold devil god, was too shocked to react as well. Soundlessly. With one axe. Everything resumed normalcy in that endless space, but eternal true God was completely shattered and collapsed apart, thereafter transforming into countless stars, 2 streams of jade-green light, and a pair of purple arm guards. He actually separated the 3 supreme treasures, said 6th True Master, stunned beyond reaction. Being able to dismantle eternal true God. Huge axe. Could it be that huge axe was also a teacher origin? 3rd True Master speculated with shudders in his heart. He had exchanged blows with teacher origin before, and back then, he was utterly defeated and fled in fear. Before teacher origin, there was a feeling of powerlessness. At this moment, the same feeling was creeping up on him. Back then, when teacher origin was eternally suppressed by the primal universe, many universe supreme masters had secretly rejoiced. The other universe supreme masters had all fallen into a state of great shock. Everyone was going through complex emotions, with many thoughts rising in their minds. Only Luo Feng, who, although he was equally shocked and emotional, said to himself, I have never seen huge axe creator in action. I did not expect huge axe creator to be so powerful. This is a great blessing for the human race. This video will end here.